Hello students, welcome to today's lesson on acid and bases. So what is an acid? Acid is a substance that produces hydrogen ions in aqueous solution. So let us look at this example, which is hydrochloric acid. It will dissociate into hydrogen ions and chlorine ions. So for acid, it can react with metal to produce salt and hydrogen gas. It also can react with metal oxide or hydroxide to give you salt and water. It also reacts with carbonate to give you salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas. So let us look at this example where metal, magnesium, react with sulfuric acid to give you the salt, which is magnesium sulfate, and hydrogen gas. So next example is zinc oxide reacting with sulfuric acid to give you the salt, which is zinc sulfate, and water. Zinc hydroxide reacting with nitric acid will give you the salt, which is zinc nitrate, and water. Lastly, we have calcium carbonate reacting with hydrochloric acid to give you the salt, which is calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide gas. So now for acid, we have strong acid. Strong acid is an acid that completely ionizes in aqueous solution. So we look at this example where we shared earlier, where hydrochloric acid fully or completely ionized to hydrogen ions and chlorine ions. On the other hand, for weak acid, it's an acid that only partially ionizes in aqueous solution. So ethanoic acid is a weak acid where some of the ion will only be ionized into hydrogen ions and ethanoic ions. So now we look at bases. Base is any metal oxide or hydroxide that reacts with acid to produce salt and water only. So alkali is a substance that produces hydroxide ions in aqueous solution. So now we look at some common alkalis that we always see. First, we have sodium hydroxide, which is NaOH. We have potassium hydroxide, which is KOH. And we have calcium hydroxide, which is CaOH2. And we have barium hydroxide, BaOH2. So now we look at neutralization, where hydrogen ions from the acid and the hydroxide ions from the alkali reacts to form water. So what we have here now is a pH scale. We start from 1, which is a very strong acid, all the way to 14, which is very alkaline. So for properties of acid, first, it has a sour taste. Second, it dissolves in water to form solution which conduct electricity. Third, it turns blue litmus paper red. So for properties of alkalis, first, it has a bitter taste and feels soapy. Second, it reacts with acid to form salt and water only. And third, it turns red litmus paper blue. So now we look at the types of oxide. First, we have acetic oxide. So most non-metal oxides are acetic oxide and dissolve in water to form acids. So we have sulfur dioxide that dissolve in water to form sulfurous acid. Next, we have basic oxide. So most metal oxide are basic oxide and they react with acid to form salt and water only. So now we have calcium oxide reacting with nitric acid to form the salt, which is calcium nitrate, and water. So we also have amphoteric oxide, where metallic oxide that reacts with both acid and bases to form salt and water. So now we look at this example where hydrochloric acid reacts with zinc oxide to form zinc chloride and water. Sodium hydroxide also reacts with zinc oxide to form sodium zincate and water. So that's all. Thank you.